Okay, hi, welcome everyone. My name is Christian Morgan. I'm a family support worker with the CDI EarlyON centers, and that entails Parkdale High Park and 100 High Park. And yeah, happy to be here. We're going to talk about the Looksee checklist.
Hi, everyone. My name is Glenda Diaz. I am also a family support worker at the same center as Christian.
Hi, everyone. My name is Diane, and I'm also at the same center, and I'm the office administrator. So today we're going to be looking at the Looksee checklist, and we're just going to give you some background information. The Looksee checklist is a simple, easy-to-use developmental tool designed to help monitor a child's development from 1 month to 6 years of age, featuring a short yes or no questions about the child's abilities. The Looksee checklist, formerly called the Nipissing checklist, was created in 1993 by a Canadian nonprofit organization made up of early childhood specialists. In 25 years since, it has been translated into over 10 languages, and it has helped thousands of children worldwide through initiatives and organizations like the Ontario Ministry of Children, Community and Social Services and World Vision. Today, our team will be focusing on the age of 12 months.
And you can find more information. So the checklists are completely free and you can download them in different languages. The website is lookseechecklist.com. For English, you just do /English. You can find more information there. And it's completely free. You just have to register with your email address.
And yeah, this is, I think, I'm not sure how many videos we've done of this so far, but we've started out at the 1 month, 2 month checklist, and we've moved now. This is the 12-month checklist. And if you want to see any of those other videos, just check out our YouTube page or go to childdevelop.ca and virtual EarlyON, and they'll be in the list there. So yeah, so we're going to dive into the the checklist. And so we always start out with looking at like how to use the checklist, right? And I guess some terms that will be covered in the checklist as well. So first off, you want to choose the nearest age. So when you're choosing which checklist to use, you want to go to the one that's that your child either just did. So you don't want to go too advanced. You don't want to go past. You don't want to, like, say your child is 10 months. You don't want to pick up the 12-month checklist. You want the one that's before that. So for this one, we're doing the 12-month, and there's also a tool to help you figure out if your child happens to be was born premature. There's a tool on the website to help you figure out which checklist is the most appropriate for you. So when going through the checklist, you just have to answer the questions. You just answer them to the best of your abilities. And if you're having troubles with the questions and understanding the questions, like, feel free to reach out to like one of us, a family support worker or another professional in the field, and they can help you out with the questions. And then, yeah, if you answer no to any of those questions, follow up with a professional, like a doctor, your pediatrician, what have you, and try to, get some help and support. And there is some support built into the checklist itself, and we'll be going over that later on. And then when you're done, yeah, those are the tips that help you progress to the next level, so to speak, right? So, and we'll go through those tips later on. And they're going to cover all these different areas, which I guess we're going to go through right now.
Yep. So I'm going to switch over to the illustrated guide. So the checklist can be seen in a couple of different ways. So this is just the simplified one. We're going to go through the illustrated guide that kind of gives you more in-depth questions or thinking of how to assess whether your child has that skill or not. So these are some of the developmental markers that the checklist will go through. With emotional, these items look at the child's ability to discover self and the relationships of self with others. Also included in this area is the development of a sense of safety and security.
The second one is fine motors. These items look at the child's ability to develop strength, stability, and control of arms and hands for functional movement, the development of eye-hand coordination, visual motor integration, and oral motor coordination for feeding and speech are also included in this area.
Gross motor developmental markers look at items that, or look at the child's ability to develop balance, coordination, strength, stability, and body awareness through movement.
Social, these items look at the child's ability to develop turn-taking, sharing, cooperation, empathy through interactions, games, and imaginative play. Attachment and development of joint attention are also included in this area.
Self-help, these items look at the child's ability to develop responsibility for daily activities and move towards independence.
So communication markers, these items look at the child's ability to develop language, comprehension, and language expression through sounds, gestures, words, and word combinations. Receptive language, expressive language, articulation, fluency, and conversation are also included in this area.
Learning and thinking, these items look at the child's ability to explore, increase knowledge, and improve memory. Reasoning and perception by acting upon objects in the environment through the use of touch, smell, taste, hearing, and vision. They demonstrate an awareness of self and others, motivation, and attention to task.
Vision and hearing, keep in mind that visual and hearing acuity can impact the child's ability to perform successfully on many items. If there are any concerns, make sure that an appropriate referral is made to an eye care and/or hearing professional.
Awesome. So I'm going to let Glenda zoom out just a little bit here
Yeah, one sec.
so we can see the picture. So yeah, so this is the first item that we're going to look at in the checklist. So at 12 months of age, does your child look at the person saying the baby's name? So if your name is Christian, if your baby's name is Christian and Christian is spoken out loud, does your baby turn to that person that is calling that name? And what does your baby do when someone calls their name?
Sorry, you were going to say something, Christian?
I was going to say, and so in the picture, it even shows you the baby turning and looking up at the person's face, which is what we're kind of looking for.
So by 12 months of age, does your child understand simple requests and questions like, where's the ball? Find your shoes. When you ask your baby to get their shoes, can they do it? And if they don't necessarily go get them, do they look at it or can they point at it? When you ask your baby, where is the ball? Can they look at or point to it? Just like I said.
By 12 months of age, does your child combine sounds together as though talking? Your turn, Christian. Further questions? What sounds does your baby put together? Does your baby make sounds as if they are talking?
This could be pretty fun.
Yeah, and you'll notice that they're trying, a lot of the times, if you pay attention, they are trying to imitate. So that's why a lot of the times we encourage you talk slowly to them, but talk clearly so that they can start to hear the different sounds and try to imitate them.
Christian.
So by 12 months, does your child take turns making sounds with you? So we're looking at the repeat after me, the sort of like a conversation, right? So you say bada, and the baby goes bada. You say abi, the baby goes abi, as the example. So if your baby makes a sound and you repeat it, will they try to say it again? And when you talk to your baby, will they try to make the sounds? And of course, we've said this in previous videos as well. Give the baby time to respond, right? Like count to 10 in your head and give plenty of space for that baby to make a response happen, because they're not moving as quickly as we are on these things. They need time to crunch it, so to speak.
Yeah. By 12 months of age, does your child consistently use 3 or more words? And words do not have to be clear. So what words does your baby say? Does your baby say at least 3 words? The words can be in any language, including sign language. And so if they use more, but the trick with this one is that they use it consistently for the same thing. So if a child is saying ba, but is only saying ba for a ball, then you know that they've associated that word with that item. But if they say ba for everything, this is where really using lots of language with them so that they can hear the different sounds, the different words and what they mean and represent.
By 12 months of age, does your child hold, bite, and chew crackers? Some further questions are, does your baby hold onto the cookie, take a bite, and chew it?
So we're really looking for that coordination. By this age, they should be able to pick something up and bring it to their mouth.
So we're looking at some gross motor stuff now. So does your baby, your child, get up into a sitting position from lying down without help? Talk about crunch, right? Talk about crunch. Do you find your baby sitting up in their bed after a sleep? Oh, yeah. And when your baby is playing on their tummy, can they get up to sit by themselves?
By 12 months of age, does your child crawl or bum shuffle easily? So how does your baby move across the floor? There's a couple of things that we've noticed with this one is it depends on the flooring that you have, will depend on how your baby gets around. We see a lot of army crawls with people that have hardwood floors. The other thing to keep in mind is if they have older siblings that are consistently getting them what they want, it really is no motivation for them to move around. So we hear a lot from parents just saying they're like, yeah, they don't really want to crawl or they don't really want to get around. And so we ask, we're like, if somebody is handing something to them, there really is no motivation to have to move.
Yeah,
That's true.
they'll get there.
Yeah, they all get there. They just get there sometimes at a different pace.
Mhm.
Yep.
By 12 months of age, does your child pull up to stand out of furniture? Some further questions are, can your baby pull themselves up to stand at a couch, a small table, or other low furniture?
And with this one, we always say, just be mindful. Sometimes we don't think some of the furniture that we might have might be very light. So if babies are trying to use it to pull themselves up, it is, there is a potential of it kind of tipping on them.
Yeah. And so that should be part of, like, if you haven't done it already, like making your place a more safe for an active baby. By 12 months, does your child walk holding onto your hands or furniture? So does your baby walk while holding your hands or fingers? And does your baby hold on and walk around a small table or low furniture? And so we call this cruising. That's the term we throw around for that, cruising. And sometimes it can be fun too to set it up so that they can like go between things, right? If you set up like a chair next to another chair and it's just a little bit and they have to like stretch across it, that's a way to extend this movement.
The other thing too is it's important to remember we see a lot of babies that walk around with their hands up and that's how they balance. But if you think about it, because we're that much taller than them, they have been holding, when we're helping them, they've been holding their hands up to walk. So we see a lot of babies doing this, and the parents sometimes they forget that this is the action that they're doing when we're holding their hands to help. Yeah.
So listen, it's like balance.
If we don't do that, if we destroy our backs holding those fingers.
But it's good to keep that in mind, because sometimes people are like, they just walk around with their hands up. And if that's how they've learned to balance, it'll take some time for them to figure out the balance without hands up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's not normal walking, but it is.
By 12 months of age, does your child pick up small items using tips of thumb and first finger? So that pincer grasp. Are they looking for little things? And you might not necessarily see this when they're eating. You might see it when they're sitting somewhere and they shouldn't be picking things up. Or
Mhm.
they'll find the tiniest little speck of dust that you've missed in your home. They tend
Yeah.
to find it really, really well.
Hidden in the carpet fiber.
And they should, like, if you're able to, you should be giving them finger foods that they could pick up easily and be able to feed themselves.
And those are
And
Cheerios.
I was
not
gonna
olives.
say, yeah. This picture looks suspiciously like olives, but they represent a cereal.
By 12 months of age, does your child take things out of containers? Further questions, does your baby put their hand into a container and take out toys?
And they will get to the point where they put them back. So right now they're at the point where they're just dumping everything out. And you'll notice that a lot. They like to really take things out. They're not quite there yet to put them back. So you might be putting them back quite a bit just for them to just take it out. So
Yeah, they love that. Love to dump.
yeah.
It's the cause and effect.
Mhm.
By 12 months of age, does your child show many emotions such as affection, anger, joy, or fear? So how do you know if your baby is angry, happy, sad, or afraid? What does your baby do to show you that they are angry? What does your baby do to show you that they are happy and sad or afraid? So what are they doing in these circumstances?
Mhm.
Is it their face? Is it a physical thing that they're doing? Are they just clenching their hands, or are they throwing their bodies?
Mhm. And this is a great time to start naming those feelings for them. Being able, I see that you're sad. I can give you a hug to help you to feel better. Because that way, when they develop the language, they have the words to say, I'm angry, or I'm frustrated, or I'm sad. By 12 months of age, does your child start games with you or show you toys? So I know that they say peekaboo and pat a cake here. So peekaboo, you might see if we do a game consistently enough with children, they will sometimes initiate. We were talking about this. I don't know that they would initiate necessarily pat a cake, but they might show you clapping, or a game that you do that has one specific action. You might see them doing that specific action because they're wanting you to continue that game with them. So it says, how does your baby start to play a familiar game with you? Does your baby bring toys to show you? So then when they bring something to you, talking to them about the toy, oh, thank you for bringing me the truck. I see that it's a blue truck. It's got wheels, just to continue that language development.
By 12 months of age, does your child seek comfort? Do they reach up to be held when they're upset? Some further questions. What does your baby do when they are upset? Does your baby come to you when they are crying?
I love this sequence of pictures. It's so
Yeah.
sweet. So, does your child reach to be picked up and held? How does your baby tell you what they want? Does your baby have more than one way to let you know that they do not want something? So we've got a few examples here of showing you how they show you they don't want something. And I like these. Just crying out loud, pushing things away, right? That's what they do when they don't want to eat something. They should be pushing it away, right?
Mhm.
Or closing their mouth or turning away.
Or throwing it.
They're throwing it. Yeah.
Mhm.
At this age, we see a lot of throwing, and it is, their way of saying, I'm finished. So
Yeah.
just, whatever works for your family. It's kind of saying, oh, I see that you're all done, and then taking it away. Because a lot of the times parents get frustrated and are trying to give it back to them if maybe they just need a short break from that. I know that this is a time where a lot of parents worry about children not eating enough, but they're also communicating. So it's important for us to listen to what they're saying. So maybe taking a short break and coming back to it. They have very, very short attention spans at this age.
Yeah. So you can start redirecting things like throwing. Oh, don't throw. Let's put it over here if we're done. Because it's going to get messy. Real messy.
Yeah. So that's the end of the illustrated guide. I'm going to switch over to the guide that we talked about earlier. So these on the side here are the exact same questions that we just went through in the illustrated guide. But we wanted to highlight the tips that they have on the side here. Just going to make it a little bit bigger and move over. So when I am upset, so this is from the point of view of the child. When I am upset, comfort and soothe me, hold me close, hug me, make me feel safe and secure, teach me about my feelings by naming them.
Place dry cereal, crackers, or other small food in a cup or small bowl and encourage me to take them out. Containers that only allow my fingers to fit in work best. I could choke, stay close by. My hands are getting stronger. Give me water squirting toys for the bathtub. Toys that I can pull apart are fun.
So this is tips for gross motor stuff. Learning to walk by myself takes lots of practice. Let me push chairs, a large box or laundry basket. I can do it standing or on my knees. Make sure I have lots of space to practice. I like to hold on to furniture when I walk, and if I feel brave, I might let go and take a few steps. While I am standing, holding on to your legs or piece of furniture, drop a noise-making toy onto the floor beside me. It helps my balance when I squat or bend over to pick it up. That's a good tip.
Now this one, it's important to highlight. It really depends on your child's their personality. If dropping a loud toy beside them is going to scare them, it's going to scare them to pick up the toy. So we don't want to make that association. So it just really depends on your child.
It could be a beloved stuffy instead of a noisy toy.
Yeah. Yeah. So the next one is teach me rhyming, clapping, and hiding games. When I start the game, be excited. I want to play with you. Take me for a walk outdoors and talk about everything I see and hear.
I will understand instructions and request better when you use gestures. Keep it simple. When you say no, shake your head. When you say shoes on, point to my feet. Talk to me in simple language. Use short sentences, big truck, nice dog. Hold objects up in front of me and name them. Wait for me to respond with a sound, word, or gesture, and we can take turns.
I think this is like cognitive tips. I like books with simple pictures and short sentences. Let me hold the book and turn the pages. I like to read the same book over and over again. Cut out pictures and photos to make me a book of my own. Give me 2 or 3 cups that fit inside each other. Try measuring cups, margarine tubs of different sizes, nesting blocks or plastic bowls. Help me stack them up tall and encourage me to knock them over.
Remember, I am exploring all over. Please make my house safe by child-proofing cupboards, stairs, and doorways. I may get ear infections. Talk to my doctor about signs and symptoms. And that is our Looksee checklist for 12 months. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.